As you turn the corner, we'll enter another area we call the media area, where we'll show some of the early celebrations of Buddha's birthday in China. When the stories traveled to China, they first reached China during the Han Dynasty. That is around the turn of the Common Era all the way to 220 C. So for the first 200 years or so. But it was still a very small phenomenon. However, there was a time when the steppe people, the nomads that you see in the further up in the steppe area of China, they invaded the northern part of China, and it took up little kingdoms. So we call it the 16 Kingdoms period, because overall there were about 16 kingdoms that conquered different parts of China at different times. One of the 16 kingdoms that we are interested in is called Later Zhao. This Later Zhao kingdom was somewhere around the 4th century. During this period, there was a particular king, a very ferocious king called Shi Le. Now, this particular king had a Buddhist counselor called Fo Tu Cheng. He lived from 232 to 348. We call that long life.
Wow.
Over 100 years. So he lived for a very long time. When he was the counselor to the king, together they commissioned a mechanical engineer, equivalent called Xie Fei, to build an altar carriage for procession during Buddha's birthday. This particular altar carriage is special. It's 10 feet by 20 feet long, and on it is an image of the Buddha, a gold Buddha statue. Above it, 9 dragons. But look at the description. When the cart moved, these 9 dragons would spew water over the image of the Buddha. And the monk standing in front of the Buddha would rub the area between the Buddha's heart and his abdomen as though washing a baby, bathing a baby. And there are 10 monks around the Buddha statue, and they will circumambulate the Buddha. As they approach the front, what do? Like we all do, they half bow and drop a censer into the drop incense into the censer. This is 4th century technology. Isn't this amazing? So when I read this and discovered there was no imageries about this, so I asked for help. And help came from 2 persons. Peter from the Boston area, he's in Cambridge, Massachusetts. He helped us design. He's an architect by training. So he helped design this carriage. Now this is no easy task. He did a lot of reading, among which he came across Joseph Needham and read his books on science and civilization. Using that, he came up with the idea that they had chain bucket technology that could be used to bring water from a reservoir up to a cistern at the top, and when the gears run, water would come out of the mouth of the dragon and then goes back down to the reservoir. He even built a model to make sure that he can carry enough weight. So what would be the size of the wheels on rough roads? They're not tarred roads. What would be that in order for the wheels to move smoothly? And of course also the gear technology is available at that time in order to be able to do this magic of the time. And of course it's a royal procession. And Frank, he's an animation artist here, he helped us to animate this. The animation is ongoing. But if you go onto our website, which is of course in the promotional card, and you go to art projects, you go to Later Zhao animation, what Peter has done is that he has written down how he designed the carriage, what was the technology at the time, how did the gears work, how does the monk rub the Buddha's belly, and of course, very important, the water tanks, how did they work? He has written all these down and it's available on our website, so I urge docents to read it. It's very fun. Then also here is the animation. this is of course still ongoing work, but you can see what we could have these turning, and here the monk turns, face the center, half bow. Right, so that goes on. And here are the designs that Peter has done. We've got 7 of these pieces up here. So if you go online again, these are available. So you can see these are precise architectural designs, all on our website. This brings us to the first part of our Docent workshop. But as we all know, practice makes perfect. What we've done is that we've just given you an overview of the information. Too much actually, because when you take people around on these, it should only be about 5 minutes. You know, whatever we've said so far in the past 50 minutes should be condensed into 5 minutes. Now, if you are a docent today, taking people around, how would you do it? Would anybody care to give it a try? From the time of the title wall. We, the group, have come in, and you are right here. What would you say? Is there anybody who would want to give an attempt? The Docent workshop says start by introducing yourself, right?
Yes.
Yes, so Patricia.
Good afternoon. Thank you for coming to visit our presentation that we have today. My name is Patricia Greco, and I'm a volunteer at Speedlight Temple. And if you have any questions, please raise your hand so I can see it. Our first presentation here is the world map, so that you can get an idea of how we're going to show the passage of Buddhism from the west to the east.
Great, thank you.